أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وآله وصحبه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you all to the IAU's orientation for the fall 2025 semester. You have been given the blessing of walking on the path of knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His final messenger. We ask Allah to bless you on this journey and to accept it from you and reward you as long as you are on this path. Ameen. In our orientation session today, we will explore the concept of mindful learning in the age of distractions. Allah tells us in the Quran in Surah Al-Mujadila, verse 11, Allah will raise those who have believed among you and those who were given knowledge by degrees. Moreover, in Surah Ra'd, verse 11, Allah says, indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. This portion of the verse in Surah Al-Mujadila reminds us that belief and attaining knowledge are among the two qualities of excellence in a person, and that these are the reasons for a person to excel and be elevated among others. We may not understand why a person is distinguished or stands out amongst others, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decrees the station due to belief and due to having been given knowledge. Also, Allah affirms in Surah Ra'd that Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, does not change a nation or a people until they've changed themselves. We must seek change, transformation first, and then Allah will make the transformation easy and accessible. So, with that introduction, inshallah, let's move forward. Our session is going to have the following components. We're going to talk about the study material and the course evaluation, which is going to be followed by the chances addressed to the students. There's going to be a segment where the dashboard and the course page is going to be navigated, and you're going to be shown how to go about your course page. Then we're going to discuss a bit about the study method, the semester cycle, and how can you seek support from the faculty. A little bit of conversation about the exam centers, the importance of assignments, time management tips, and how can you get support from the Students' Affairs Office, the Student Representative Council, and the local student communities. We'll talk a little bit about the Students' Code of Conduct and Complaint Procedure, followed by a Q&A by our SISC officer, inshallah. Dear students, I'm sure all of you are very familiar with Dr. Bilal Phillips, who is the founder and chancellor of IOU. He begins our session with a personal address to you. He's a Canadian Islamic scholar, and shortly after his reversion to Islam, he went on a spiritual academic journey to Saudi Arabia, where he completed his bachelor's in Islamic studies at Al Madina University, followed by a master's in Islamic theology from Riyadh. Later on, he completed a PhD at the University of Wales in Islamic theology. Dr. Bilal Phillips has written and translated numerous books amounting up to 50 on various Islamic topics. He has edited and published the 56 Iman reading series for children. Moreover, he has presented Islamic programs for a number of years on the Riyadh channel, Sharjah TV, as well as Peace TV, Huda TV, Islam channel, and on the show. So, without further ado, let's listen to our dear Dr. Bilal Phillips.
All praise is due to Allah, Lord of all worlds, and may prayers and peace be sent for his noble messenger, his family, and his companions, and whoever follows his sunnah, his path, until the day of resurrection. Today we live in a world filled with deafening noises, distractions, and countless demands to catch our attention. Allah calls us to be mindful learners, people who reflect, focus, and make conscious decisions about what we see, hear, and learn, as well as how we use our acquired knowledge. The Quran asks us, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَى قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا? Don't they reflect on the Quran, or are their hearts locked up? Mindful learning is not just about memorizing and retaining information. It is about reflection, contemplation, and application of the knowledge in a way that impacts on our hearts and our lives. Consequently, the Prophet often supplicated for beneficial knowledge and sought divine protection from useless knowledge. For example, he would often say, Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan tayyiba wa amalan mutaqabbala. O Allah, I ask you for beneficial knowledge, good provision, and deeds that are accepted. And also he used to seek refuge from useless knowledge, saying, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ilmin la yanfa'. O Allah, I seek refuge in you from knowledge which has no benefit. This dua indicates that not all knowledge leads to actions which have a useful impact. What matters is truly beneficial knowledge, knowledge that guides us closer to Allah and helps us to serve Him by serving His creation, looking after their needs. Countries currently are racing to set up bases on the moon and Mars, when in 2024, the US Department of Housing and Urban Development stated that the number of homeless people in the US was 771,480. And in 2025, there was an 18% increase. So knowing that, is knowledge of the composition of dirt on Mars or the moon useful knowledge at this time? The theme of this semester's fall student orientation is from knowledge to its effect, from ilm to impact. It is a reminder that learning is not the end goal. Knowledge is a trust, and its true value is seen in its impact on our actions, how it shapes our character, strengthens our families, and how we who graduate benefit our societies. At the International Open University, we are blessed with the opportunity to study Islamic studies, to know Allah and His guidance, to study psychology and education, to nurture healthy minds and strong generations, business and economics to build ethical societies, IT and Arabic to connect and innovate and preserve our heritage. Every field, when studied and implemented through the lens of Islam, becomes a path to worship God and serve humanity. For nearly a decade and a half, IOU has been a beacon of online Islamic and Islamized education, connecting students across the globe. While the world struggled to adapt during COVID, IOU was already established, ready to deliver interactive, authentic, and accessible learning. But IOU is more than just a university. It is a movement calling us to refocus our lives, to rise above the many distractions, to anchor ourselves to beneficial knowledge, the knowledge that really matters. My brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, let this semester be more than just assignments and deadlines. Let it be a step on your journey from ilm to impact. Seek knowledge with sincerity, apply it with wisdom, and use it to make a difference in your family, your community, and the Ummah at large. I ask Allah to bless your studies, guide your intentions, and make your learning a source of light in this world for others and for you in the next. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We're grateful to Dr. Bilal Phillips for sharing this message with us. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless his efforts and preserve him for the IOU and for the Ummah. Ameen. So moving ahead, dear students, it's very important that we familiarize with ourselves the category our program falls under, as the rules for each of these categories are different. So you should be going to your web portal and checking the name of your program at the top right-hand corner of your account after you log in. And you should be aware of the name of your program, because that is going to determine your course of study and the rules that are applicable to your program. So moving forward, I would like to give you a bit of an overview about the study material that is available on the web page of your course once you inshallah log in. So once you log into the website, you are going to have access to the number of courses that you've enrolled in. By now, inshallah, most of you must have enrolled in your courses. And once you enroll into the course and you are able to access the course page, you find the following study material on that course page. So you're able to see the course text. The course text is the main material that is going to be used for the course. It is going to be available as an e-copy for your course dashboard, and there could be multiple texts or research papers or appropriate material as the teacher deems fit to be uploaded on the web page. You're also going to see below that audios and video lectures that are going to correspond to the particular module. They are mentioned under. They're going to be the main informational content that is assigned for that particular module. Moreover, you're going to see a set of slides that are going to be belonging to that particular module, so that you are provided with these even without the videos separately. You may also see supplementary record sessions. So these are previously recorded sessions. If your program, if your coursework, the teacher had recorded any sessions with the students and it is still available on the portal, then you have access to it and you may utilize as per need. Following that, you will see links to the midterm and the final exam study questions. These study questions are there to help you gauge your understanding of the topic. Kindly note that this is not a document that gives you access to the questions that will appear in the exams. No, it is just for practice. So for the exams, you are advised to study all the material from the audios and the videos and the slides and the course text as the teacher is advised, moving onward towards the final exam and the midterm exam questions, so that if you have queries, they're answered and you may get an idea what to expect in the examination. The study material also includes revision live sessions. So you may see on the course page, there are going to be links for the previously recorded live sessions the teachers were having with the previous batches. You're also going to find links to upcoming live sessions with the teacher, with the course teacher. So be very mindful of that. Make a note of that so that you do not miss the live session with the course teacher, inshallah. Moving ahead, this is a bit of an overview how your course, how your performance is going to be evaluated during the semester. So the semester has a certain number of assignments, research papers, um, unit tests, and it's very varied for different courses. Mostly, there is only one assignment that needs to be submitted per course. The details of the assignment is available on the portal. It's usually uploaded um, uh, nearly 20 days from the onset of the semester. So once the assignment details are uploaded, you're going to be able to access that. You might download that information and start working on the assignment straight away. Um, you may also note that there are certain research papers that need to be submitted. Now, this depends on your particular course. If your coursework involves research writing, research paper writing, then you may be required to write research work for that. This is specifically true for master's program. So for all the master's program, there's some research work that needs to be done, and the resources required for that is also going to be available on the course portal. Uh, Moreover, for each module, there are available unit tests. So after each listening to each audio and video lecture of the available module session, there is going to be a short unit test, which would involve multiple choice questions that you can uh, go ahead and take away right away so that you can assess your understanding of the material that was shared in the video session. Now, mainly the course is being evaluated by the midterm and the final term exams. The midterm exams follow a certain period, and we're going to see our course cycle, and you're going to see when the midterms are going to be arranged. You should be aware that the midterm exams are multiple choice questions. However, knowing which course category you fall under is going to determine which kind of papers you're going to have. So there are two different kind of categories, revised and non-revised. And the exam pattern is a bit different for both the revised and the non-revised category. So the non-revised category, we only used to have multiple choice questions. So students who are enrolled in the old program, the non-revised version, they just go ahead with the MCQ questions. However, the revised programs, if you're enrolled in the revised program, then make sure that your midterm exam is going to have multiple choice questions as well as open-ended questions. The same is true for the final exams. It's going to be having multiple choice questions if you are part of the non-revised program. But if you are part of the revised curriculum, then your exam is going to be based on multiple choice questions and open-ended questions both. So having shared that, a little bit of discussion is required on what the study method should be like. Here are a few essentials that are going to be available on the course page, and they're going to help you ensure that effective learning can take place. So on the dashboard of the website, you're going to see an event schedule or calendar that is present for important deadlines. Kindly make sure that you review the calendar and you're not missing any deadlines, any dates. You are being mindful of the deadlines for the assignments, for the research papers, or the upcoming midterm or final term examinations. You're also going to see a course syllabus section. Uh, this section, it offers a detailed analysis of what you'll be studying in the course. So you'll be able to download the syllabus from this section, and you'll be able to see how the course is framed and how to go about following the modules and covering the content, inshallah. Moreover, as mentioned earlier, you're going to also have the download read course textbooks for each course and module. And this is the e-text that is going to be provided by IOU, and it's going to be available on your course dashboard. And it is essential that you follow this course content alongside listening to the audio lectures and the video lectures of the teacher to get a comprehensive grasp on the available knowledge. So you would be moving forward once you have downloaded your texts. The main material that you're going to be focusing on to ensure you are studying properly is watching and listening the course and the module audio videos. So these are primary content. You may download and listen to them as number of times as per need, and kindly make sure you have fully understood the material, grasp the content, and inshallah that's going to be very helpful while you're answering your final and midterm examinations. There's another section on the course page, and that's called the course notes section. This section contains notes that are not written by IOU, but they have been shared by our dedicated students and has been compiled over the years. New courses may not have any course notes compiled under this section. However, courses that have been offered for a number of years now do have a list of course notes that are freely available and accessible to you. However, with the disclaimer, I may add, you may, but IOU is not liable to any errors that may be found in them. Mm, Finally, section that is also course page, and that is the seeking clarification and the student discussion forum and ask the teachers forum. You can email on these forums and discuss with the students. You can ask questions with the teachers. You also have the course faculty's email and phone number listed on the course page, and the teacher may be contacted as per need during the office hours. In case you have queries after listening to the audios and the videos, reading the text, listening to the audio and the lectures, then you may do seek help from the teachers. So here a bit is a discussion on how the undergraduate programs look like. So if you are a student registered for the undergraduate program, such as the BBA, the BED, the BSc Psychology, the BIAS, and either associate, higher certificate, or diploma program, then under these programs, as per the revised curriculum, there are two parts of the midterm exams and the final term exams. If you remember, as previously shared, we talked about the midterms and the final term exams that you'll be required to give. So within these midterm and final term exams, there are going to be two parts. Part A is going to have 30 MCQ questions and it's going to hold 60% of weightage. Part B is going to have open-ended questions and it's going to hold 40% weightage of the course. That being said, the number of questions may vary from course to course. It depends on the particular teacher who's been assigning and preparing the content for the exams. Kindly make a note of this, dear students. Midterm exams as well as the final term exams are required to be attempted at an exam center. In a later part of this session, we are going to talk about how to register for an exam center. However, do make sure that you are aware that all midterm and final term exams are to be sat at a registered exam center. Moreover, for the undergraduate program, the maximum duration allowed to complete the whole program for full-time students is around 6 years. And if they try to complete it normally during the normal duration, that is going to be 4 years. For part-time students, the maximum allowed duration to complete their degree program is 9 years. And if they complete it in a normal duration, that is 6 years. Students, however, will not be allowed to retake a particular module or particular course more than 3 times. So if you are not able to pass a particular program or particular course for more than 3 times, then you will not be allowed to take it further. Students who do not complete at least 25 credits from first year curriculum within first year calendar should not be allowed to continue the program. So kindly do make sure that you're keeping up with your studies and being vigilant of your courses and making sure that you're able to pass so that you can move ahead with your program. Let's have a little bit of discussion of how the graduate programs are like. If you are registered in one of our graduate programs, such as the MAIS course-based research program, or the MSc program, or the MED program, or the MSc program, then the maximum duration allowed to complete such a program for full-time students is 2 years, and the maximum duration is 4 years. Again, students will not be allowed to retake a particular course more than 3 times. A student who has not passed all the first year courses in the program after 2 years of full time study will not be allowed to check to enroll in any of the courses. Again, the midterm and the final term examinations are required to be attempted at the exam center. Now, this says where applicable. So, in the master's program, you need to be very much aware and very specifically aware about your own current program enrolled, because there are certain differences according to the program you're enrolled in. So it may be that you're enrolled in the MSc program and you're not supposed to give any midterm exam in a particular semester. So then that holds true for your case in that particular semester for that program. These are general guidelines that are applicable to most programs. However, you need to be you need to check in with the specific guidelines for your program that you will be enrolled in. Again, students must carefully check the course instruction to determine which courses have both midterm and final term exams, as I just mentioned, and which courses have final exams only. Full-time registration students will require to register for a minimum of 40 credits and the maximum of 60 credit hours per academic semester. So this is the requirement for the graduate programs, that the minimum for 40 credits and the maximum of 60 credits are allowed per semester. Another program called the IAP, Intensive Arabic Program. If you're enrolled in the Intensive Arabic Program, the calendar of this program is slightly different. For the IAP program, the semester is divided into 2 sessions, namely the fall 2025 session 1 and the fall 2025 session 2. The fall 2025 session 1 already started on the 1st of September 2025, as you must be aware. And the fall 2025 session 2, it's going to begin in the last week of November 2025. Each semester has 2 sessions, each with a midterm and a final exam. So you're going to find that the IAP is a shorter semester, and in each semester, it's going to have 2 sessions. So there are going to be 2 sessions in every semester. And in each session, you can take only one course at a time. Each course is a prerequisite to the next course, which means that if you're enrolled in, for example, IAP Arabic 102, then you must have completed Arabic 101 before that, because IAP Arabic 101 is going to be a prerequisite for you to take up Arabic 102. The event schedule and the calendar for IAP is different, as I just mentioned, from all the other programs, and the students can see the calendar on the dashboard as previously mentioned. So here, students, I would like to take you for a short view of how our dashboard looks like and how we can go about navigating on our course page. So once you log in, you are going to see your course page in this manner. This is the dashboard that you're going to be seeing. As you continue down the dashboard, you're going to see the calendar, the important days, the event calendar that is listed down for ease of access. It's going to show you when the semester starts, all the important dates. However, you need to be aware of your particular program that you're enrolled in and keep checking in if it tallies with the available calendar, as this is a general calendar which may or may not be very specific to the program you're enrolled in. As we move down, a calendar format can also be visible in which all the course events, the group events can also be accessed. Now, this is a very significant part of the dashboard that I'm about to show you now. This is where you're going to find nearly all your needs from the university being met. So this contains segments, sections, areas where you can go to as per your need. Enrollment section, course drops section, where you can get your student identification letter from, your transcript, your degrees once you're completed your course. Um, you can check your grade history here, for which is going to compile all the grades from the previous semesters. Um, there's graduation status page, which is going to show you the update on your how you're moving ahead, the fee, the error reports. If there are any errors in your MCQs and you wish to report them, you can use this error reporting portal available here. This is the place that I'm going to talk about in a future slide, and that talks about where you're going to register your exams from. So exams need to be taken at an exam center, the midterm and the final term exams, and where are you going to register your exams centers from? So this is the place you're going to use to register your exam centers from, inshallah. Any fee concerns that you have, we have the separate headings over here. You can go as to whichever service you need, you can go to it and you're going to find the detail underneath. These are support services that we have at IOU. You may be checking on with the help desk or the student committee. And if you need the library, that link is also available here. So that being shared, a little bit about this sidebar on the left side. So on the left-hand side, if you click on this sidebar, you're going to have a quick look on your course. It's going to show you access of the courses, whichever courses you're enrolled in. It's going to give you a list of all the courses that you're enrolled in. It's also going to bring you back to the dashboard. Now, another important feature, if I just close this sidebar, is the top part of the web page. So at the top part of the web page, you're going to notice the UTC clock that shows the UTC time at which the IOU's functioning happens. So you need to be aware of how far behind or ahead your own personal time is compared to the UTC time, so that you can be vigilant with when it comes to deadlines, examination deadlines, because all of that is going to be mentioned in UTC. This bar at the right hand top side is going to show you your student ID and the program, the name of the program that you're enrolled in, and you can access your profile using this link and edit it if need be. This block drawer on the right side is also an important place It gives you easy access to upcoming events. It can give you easy access to discussion forums, the library, and other relevant things that are stored in this box bar for you. So having shared that, let's return back to our discussion, inshallah. So the semester cycle. As previously mentioned, this is how the semester runs throughout the term. So once the semester starts, like you have just entered a brand new semester, we have the orientation week where we are having the orientation sessions, which is right now. Soon after, we find that the assignment questions are going to be released on your particular course group pages. So make sure you check on those. Uh, Meanwhile, once you'll be attempting to complete your assignments and the module tests that are available and the modules that are available on your course page, your midterm exams are going to be there. Soon after the midterm exams, the assignment submission deadlines approach. Uh, After this, you may also find a late assignment submission period, which is with only 15% deduction, mark deduction. So it's a late assignment submission period, which in case you haven't submitted your assignment before, you may utilize this period. Similarly, there's another late midterm examination period. If you haven't been able to give your midterms earlier, you may utilize this window. We then move forward to the exams center registration and your final exams. So you make sure you read the final exam guides that are available on the how to section of the dashboard. So you're well aware how to give your midterm and your final term exams, and you have queries related to that are answered, inshallah. So here I would like to just mention that it's very important to seek support from the teachers of your course group. The primary source of your clearing your doubts, your concerns about each course is the course teacher. And any queries that you may have concerning the content that is available to you, it's your responsibility to reach out to the teacher and clear those queries on your part. You may use any of these methods available on the course page so that you can contact your teacher, you can email the teacher, you can ask on the teacher forum. So there's a forum as discussed before. On the course page, you're going to find a forum where you may leave a message for the teacher and it's going to be visible to all the other students as well, and that's going to be beneficial for everyone. You may use the phone call and contact the teacher within the office hours, again, as mentioned before, and kindly maintain all respectful interaction while engaging in that. Moreover, there's social media groups that are set up for helping you as a student. So there's the official Telegram groups that you may become part of, and you can use peer support in these groups to help you keep motivated during the course of the semester, inshallah. So here it is stressed that it is not permissible for the course teacher to give you any correct answers on a missed module test question. So those unit questions that you have, unit tests you have, the MCQ answers, it's not the responsibility of the teacher to give you answers to such questions. It is always your responsibility to answer those questions. And if you have a query, you may consult the teacher. The teacher is obliged to get back to you and reach out to help you understand better. However, the teacher is not obliged to point out the real answer to you. That is still belongs to your end, where you may be using that information and finding out the correct answers on your own. Another disclaimer here, you should never post any module test questions in the discussion forums or the social media groups anywhere with any other students. So that's highly important. It's impermissible to share any test questions on any platform. Students caught undertaking such an action will be liable to strict um, action from the university. So now here, dear students, I have a short bit of an activity for you. I would really like all of you to log into your course portals or to log into your web portals and check the UTC time at your end. And if you can type it in the chat for me, what is the UTC time you see on the web portal? If you can log in to your website, you'd be able to see on the right-hand top corner, what does it say? Thank you, Sister Faiza, for sharing. Absolutely correct, Sister Smart too. Yes, so that's correct. It's 10:53 UTC. Um, Now, if you may share, what's the difference in UTC and your personal time? So on the top right-hand corner of the portal, as previously shown, you may see the UTC time. This is the UTC time as shown before. This is the UTC time that is visible on the top. I hope student see if you understand. Okay. So that's great. You've calculated, Sister Faiza, that it is 2:55 p.m. and you can calculate from that your time difference at your end. And this is something that you need to be mindful about so that you do not miss any deadlines, any activities that are happening in UTC, and you are well in tune with the time of the university. So moving ahead, an important aspect that as mentioned before, the exam centers. So it's compulsory to attempt the midterm and the final term exams at the IOU approved exam centers. And IOU approved exam centers, they're separate organizations, so they're not part of IOU. They're separate organizations that have been approved by IOU administration. It's the responsibility of the student to make complete arrangements with the exam center. So as shown to you earlier, you may go to the exam center portal. You may find for yourself which places near you are being served or are serving as exam centers for IOU. You may contact them. You may ask via email, call, or physically visit them. You can check them for their availability for midterm and final term exams. Because sometimes, students, what happens is that certain exam centers, they may be registered, but they're not available for that particular time. They're not available for that window. So it's your responsibility before the examination period that you check on them, you contact them, and make sure they are available. If they're available for your gender, for females, if the female proctor is available, or if for male students, a male proctor is available. Do they charge any fee for your sitting of the examination there? Are they open on weekdays or weekends, and what is their availability? Would they require internet from your end for you to be giving your exam, or will they be providing the internet services to the students who will be sitting the exams at their center? So once you confirm all this information, you may select that particular exam center for yourself. If the center does not meet your requirement, you have the option to either choose another exam center, or you may also suggest a new exam center to IOU. If there's no suitable exam center available, or the existing center is very far away, you can choose an appropriate place, make all the arrangements, contact the authorities, um, confirm the availability of the examination space, and then submit their contact details beforehand to the IOU administration, and they will approve that center for you so that you may sit for examination at the particular center, inshallah. So that is the crux of the main uh, activity that you'll be involved in throughout the semester. One other important aspect that you should be focusing on is the assignments. The assignments at the IOU University are of critical importance. Uh, Dear students, know that you are researchers, and your research, it begins now. While asking questions is okay and helpful, but as a researcher, you should begin by trying to find the answers to queries yourself, by searching for them. And that is a very significant tool that we at IOU are trying to implement and enhance and strengthen. So especially in all the master's program, they can consist of major portion of the overall grade, as in the assignments, and the research work is a very big part of all the master's program. So in the master's program, you are going to encounter significant number of research work, research material to be submitted, research assignments, and seminar papers and the like. So it's your responsibility to check out what is the requirement of the course, and how much time do you have to submit all this research work. Um, there's also a Telegram group for assignment and research papers for both brothers and sisters. And if you wish to be added in these groups, you can contact the help desk, and inshallah, they're going to provide you with the link to be added to these WhatsApp group for research and assignment help, inshallah. The assignment questions, they will be released on the 20th of September, and they can be accessed to the assignments portal on your student dashboard. So the dashboard we visited, from there you can go to your course page, and once you visit your course page, you're going to see a link for the assignments. It could be after 20 modules or 15 modules, and once you go there, you're going to find more details on the assignments. So let's talk a little bit about how you're going to manage your time better in this semester, inshallah. Um, It's important that you make the most out of this semester. And as the new semester begins, make sure that you reflect and renew your intention to remind yourself of the purpose of your studies. As Dr. Bilal Phillips shared in his message, that the reason why we are here is not because of the tests and the assignments, but because uh, our purpose is to gain this knowledge, not for benefiting the people around us, but before that, for ourselves, for benefiting and improving upon ourselves. So, for this academic journey, we need to connect our vision back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that our act of seeking knowledge becomes an ibadah, it becomes an act of worship. And when it becomes an act of worship, then is when the barakah descends, then is when the barakah in time descends. So after renewing your intention, I would really like you to make a schedule for yourself. This may mean that you are writing down how many modules you plan to complete every day, how many modules do you plan to complete every week, how much content do you have to cover until when, how much hours do you plan to spend every day covering that content. So there's a course plan that you need to put out, and make sure you have a calendar or to-do lists attached to it, where you can upload or you can attach your schedule, your plan. It's in a good place inside, and you're able to follow it and stick to it, inshallah. At this point, you can also use the support of the student groups available, and who can act as study buddies or accountability buddies, so that you can stick together and stick through the program and encourage each other and keep each other motivated as you reach the midterms and the final term exams. Moreover, you need to mark all the important dates in the calendars, that is also available, and for your personal calendar, so that none of these dates are missed. Now, make sure that while you're studying, you're taking a lot of breaks and you are able to take care of your health, and you're able to prioritize your well-being. So we understand that this mode of study is a form of study in which you may be um, sedentary for long periods of time. To break the monotony of that, you need to ensure that you're moving around, you're taking, you're managing your well-being alongside it. You are taking care of your physical health alongside studying for the courses. Do incorporate taking outdoor walks, meeting loved ones, and inshallah, managing your stress effectively, so that you are able to, inshallah, shine through the semester. So, having shared those basic information with you all, dear students, I would like to give you some information about the Students Affairs Office. So, here at the Students Affairs Office, uh, we strive to engage in all aspects of students' lives, and we like to collaborate with students and faculty and staff, alumni, and many others in the delivery of services and providing all forms of support to you as students. So, how to contact Students Affairs Office? You can contact us form is available on the student support tab on the dashboard. You can also email to help desk. You must have already been doing that. But besides that, you may directly contact student support using the contact us form. Um, Besides that, there's a newly launched program, and it's called the Student Success Team. And you can schedule an appointment or for live call, or contact via WhatsApp and contact the Student Success Team, which is going to make sure, which is going to help and ensure that if you are having any issues with succeeding in your program, they are going to be there to make sure that your success is most likely and possible, inshallah. Moreover, we also have a student counselor on board. you can fill the student counselor form, which may lead you to making the student counselor aware of the particular queries you have or particular concerns you have. There's several Telegram groups that you may join, such as the group for elderly students, such as the group for working women, and such as the group for mothers. So these are specific groups that are made in support of seeing the needs of the students, and you may join any of these groups as per need and seek the support that is available. Students with special needs may also contact the student counselor and have their needs addressed and met as much as possible. So, moreover, we have a student representative council and local student committees. These student committees are these representatives, they are also available to provide the study support via the Telegram department specific groups. So these representatives you might find in the social media, and they're also going to be there to help you around in if you have specific queries related to certain things. You can join your local student committee. You can email the SC officer 2@iou.edu.gm, and they're going to provide you the contact to join the local student committee, which is going to be a student committee in your country, in your region, around you, and it's going to have students from around your area, and they may help you in your needs, such as identify exam centers, identifying um, language issues or concerns, any local concerns that you may have. So in case you want to reach out to our representatives or the student committees, you may visit iou.edu.gm /representatives, and you'll find a link to the specific representative of your country. So lastly, before we move towards the Q&A session, I would like to remind you of a very important aspect of the university, which is the code of conduct. So the student code of conduct and the compliant procedure is there so that all members, administration staff, and students, they can have a positive and a beneficial experience at IOU. So having said that, we do realize that Shaitan never rests. So he's working, stirring up animosity, especially among Muslim brothers and sisters. And one way for Shaitan to attain the goal of separating believers from aspects of following the deen is to cause this animosity and foul language and uh, display of uh, unacceptable things in either Telegram or in other forums. So if there and the institute has this code of conduct so that we can have a positive and a balanced environment in which IOU can operate. So there are some detailed protocols with regard to studies and examinations and social media and communication and how to interact with the faculty, the live webinars. All these rules apply to you as students now once you've joined IOU. You must familiarize yourself with all these rules, how you must be behaving in uh, these public forums that belong to IOU. You can also read the code of conduct, which is available at the student support dashboard. And any student who contradicts any of these rules, strict disciplinary action is going to be taken against them. So it's important that you familiarize yourself with these rules, and kindly it's encouraged please to stick to it. The university also provides a grievance procedure, and it's a channel through which your own complaints and your own grievances they can be heard, and appropriate solutions can be provided, inshallah. You can also familiarize yourself with the grievance policy. It's also available on the Student Code of Conduct page. Any issues that are arising in that department are going to be resolved there. If you have any complaints against any student or any staff or any faculty member, you should first try to resolve those issues. And first of all, should try to stick to the rules mentioned in the Code of Conduct of IOU. And if the issue persists, then you may go ahead and report an academic grievance against any faculty member, against any student through the teacher complaint portal or the student complaint portal. Um, Non-academic grievance can be brought into the attention of the secretary of the disciplinary grievance committee by sending an email to grievances@iou.edu.dem. So, in case you have a non-academic grievance, then you may utilize that email address. It's again going to be available on your website as well, to inshallah report that. We do wish to remind that our students taking grievances to open social media forums and spreading accusations and defaming students, that is not only Islamically inappropriate, it's possible that a student is put in a situation of facing the account of such rants in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on Yawmul Qiyamah. So we ask you, dear students, to fear Allah, even in anger, and take appropriate steps to resolve issues. Do not enter into ghiba and namima over something that should quietly be solved. We remind ourselves first and then others that shielding the misdeeds of others while seeking retribution for actions is because of Allah also covering our own sins, and that we may not remember those sins of ours. So may Allah forgive all of us and may Allah keep us guided. Ya Rabbil Alameen. So here, dear students, I come to the end of the discussion that I was meant to be sharing with you today. Your feedback is very important to us. Uh, I was not able to follow the chat that you were sharing with me. However, right now, I would really like if you are able to fill this feedback form that is being shared in the chat and fill it and send it back. It's a short form. It's just going to give us your view of the experience today, and it will help us improve, inshallah, in the future. So kindly do fill in the form that is being shared in the chat. It's just going to take you a few moments, and we'll move ahead with the Q&A session. So as you answer your feedback, if you have any queries, inshallah, they're going to be addressed by our SISC officer. Our dear sister Sana Khan is going to be answering your queries. I now invite Sister Sana to kindly be available, inshallah, and please answer the queries of the students. Jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear sister, am I audible?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, perfectly, sister.
Thank you for confirming. All right, dear students, let's begin. Inshallah. Nahmaduhu wa nasalli ala rasulihil kareem. You may post your questions in the chat box and I'll answer those, inshallah. While you post your questions, you can always refer back to the orientation session recording that will be available on YouTube as well as your campus dashboard. And I would really recommend to go through it once again, as it's really handy and it gives you a lot of guidelines related to your studies and to your campus semester. And there can be many queries that you would want to ask that you can share. See from that, there is the campus tutorial video shared as well, so you can watch that as well, and that would be really helpful, inshallah. Okay, we have our question that how can we answer the open-ended questions like in the exams of calculus on the device? Like, what's the way to solve them? You can, it depends, like for example, there could be that you are being asked to solve a question that you can type it there, and sometimes it depends on your teacher, like what's the question they're asking. Maybe they would ask you a theory question, maybe they would ask you to solve it on there. So I would really recommend you to check with your course teacher regarding this, if they're going to post the questions that would require you to solve calculations, and if, how would they prefer you type them, and some things like that, so the teacher can guide you about it, inshallah. I see there was a question earlier that I am a BCom student. If I choose MA Islamic Studies, any problem, please guide me. You can join MA Islamic Studies. However, the requirement to join Islamic Studies is that you should have a bachelor's in Islamic Studies, or you can have any bachelor degree plus a certificate showing that you are familiar with Islamic courses and the Arabic language. And you can see the guidelines of admission requirement as well on the website. Once you submit those and apply, you might or might not be asked to attempt a test of Arabic and Islamic studies, and that would indicate your eligibility to join or enter the program, inshallah. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum. I don't know typing, then how did I did open-ended questions? I don't know typing. I couldn't understand your question, Tawsif. Could you say it again? Like, have you attended the questions before? Do you mean that? Okay, we have a question that do I have to send requests to get access for my courses because I still cannot see anything. If you have paid your semester registration fee, you have to go to the course enrollment portal. From there, you are going to choose your courses, and if you are not able to locate that portal, which Sister Shahana shared in this orientation, that you can access the dashboard blocks section, it would show the normal enrollment portal. From there, you can go and enroll in your courses. And if it's not easy to navigate, you can email us to help desk right now. I would recommend you so that we can guide you on how to enroll your courses, inshallah. How do we write assignments? PDF? No, you have to write assignments on MS Word. The recommended extension is docs format, and usually students are required to write it on an MS Word document and not PDF. You have to upload it in the docs format. Uploading it in PDF is not going to get graded, and the guidelines would be there once your assignments are released, and there would be a short video as well on guiding you how to write the assignments. There would be, if you see your semester schedule, there would be a series of orientation, there would be a series of webinars that are going to be held, so you can check the assignment session as well, inshallah, for that. Exam multiple choice, open-ended questions. Okay. Okay, I understand your question that open-ended questions in mid and final terms in written form, but my typing is not good, even don't know. It's all right. I would recommend you to do some practice on the laptop keyboard, and because there is time until midterm exams, and those exams would be in November, second week probably. And you can check the semester schedule to know the exact dates. So you would be given around 60 to 75 minutes to attempt your open-ended exam. And the questions vary, like it could be 2, it could be 3 questions, it could be 5 questions, depending on the teacher. And you can type your answer in that given time frame. And as the exam format is compulsory for your academic record, I would recommend you to practice some of the typing sessions until that time, inshallah. Exam questions, are they objective questions only or both objectives and theory? Well, there is an MCQ, as Sister Shahana mentioned in the orientation, and there is open-ended. Like there are two parts of an exam. One is MCQ based, there you have to select options, and the other is the open-ended question where you have to type in theory and you have to type your answer in a paragraph form. What is the pass marks for all the courses, most specifically in bachelor's in IT? For every program, whichever you join, the required passing marks are 50. You have to score a total of 50 points in your course to be able to pass it. Inshallah, Tawseef, may Allah make it easy for you and put blessings and grant you success in your exams. Ameen. Exams are in computer, yes. You have to carry a laptop to the exam center if the center says that they do not provide laptops, which you can confirm with them before you are going to register for the center. So if you are going to carry your own laptop, you will find that you can log into your campus and you can open your exam. It will be password protected. Your proctor will enter the password for you and the exam will open. From there, you are going to write it, inshallah. We have to score 50 marks out of what? Like, what are the total marks? Um, let's say, for example, if you are a bachelor student, the courses are divided into tests, assignments, midterms, and finals. Tests have an average contribution of 15% marks, assignments contribute 15%, midterms contribute 30%, and finals contribute 40% of marks. So whichever marks you score in those components, the percentage contribution is carried from them and added to your course total. So for example, I mean, this way it doesn't matter what scores you get in test or assignment. Like for example, sometimes you get a lower score in test but you get a higher score in assignments. Then depending on the contribution, you can level up your grades. And the most important component are the final exams that contribute 40% to your course total. So scoring higher marks in finals is very important so that elevate your grades. It helps you with that. And again, I would say that once you are enrolled in a course, be sure to check the evaluation scheme that would be on the right side of your course page. You can go back to the orientation if you missed that, and you can check it from there how you can access the evaluation scheme. And each course would mention the contribution that is assigned to it. Sometimes, for example, master's students do not have midterms, or maybe they do not have finals, they are only having research papers. So it's very important to know which section contributes how many marks. And I hope that answers your question, inshallah. Joining in March, any problem? Excuse me for a while, I'll be muting, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair, Sister Sana, for answering the queries in a very helpful manner. We understand the salah is going on at your end, and inshallah, let's wait for the salah. Meanwhile, dear students, if you have any other queries, you may type in the chat box, and inshallah, they'll be addressed soon by Sister Sana. Inshallah, the help desk is also available for answering your questions. So if there are other queries that you find after the session is over, do not hesitate to contact the help desk, and inshallah, your questions are going to be answered.
Jazakallah khair, Sister Shahana, for taking over. All right. Let's resume our question answer session. Another question is, can you use your mobile phone in the exam center if you don't have a laptop? Yes, you can, but I would really recommend to not use a mobile phone, because sometimes there are formatting settings on the smartphone that students find like they don't know how the settings are going. So in case the screen refreshes, or in case the phone is not helping with the typing board, or the formatting is not according to that, then you might lose your attempt. So I would really recommend you to use a laptop if possible, but yes, you can attempt the exams from the smartphone, provided that there are no glitches in the app. For the open-ended questions, that would have to be attended from a laptop. Okay, another question we have is, I want to know about students committee. What's the criteria and how can I join? Um, the student committee is, as Sister Shahana mentioned, is a set of students committees that we have around the globe, and you would find the forum to apply for that on your dashboard. You can submit it, and if there is a local student committee in your area, you would be contacted. Or if there is no student committee, then, and if you find that you would like to create one, then we would be happy to have you as the student committee head, inshallah. And if you, and for that, apart from that, if yeah, for there is a form that you can fill, and the requirements are mentioned on the campus portal for that. And yes, apart from that, there's the community service section that I suppose you're not asking about that. You have applied it, okay, then you can wait for a response. And if you are sure that I mean, sometimes the application doesn't get submitted properly, so you can check with us at Help Desk, and we'll connect with the student committee. Or, Sister Shahana shared an email address right during the orientation. You can connect over there as well to follow up. All right, everyone, we are going to wait 3 more minutes to see if there are any questions that you would like to ask, and then we'll, inshallah, close the session. But if you have any remaining questions, you are always welcome to email us to Help Desk, and we are there for you, inshallah. We have a question that how can I apply at IOU? You would find the registration form on the main website. If you would like, I can type it for you. depending on the program. Like we have 3 campuses. So if you're looking to join a degree program, then I have typed in the address of the degree campus. When you click over there, you would find the registration form and you can fill it up for the program you're looking to join. And then there are steps for it that after filling the form, you would receive a confirmation email. You can activate your account, then you can proceed to pay the application fee, submit your documents. Once you receive admission confirmation, then you can proceed to pay semester registration fee and enroll, inshallah. It's simple and easy as that. We are having a fall 2025 semester that has started from September and it will end in February, inshallah. And the next semester, that would be spring 2026, would begin from March. You can apply for the semester after September closes. And if you would want to join early, you can have access to the courses as well. So you can have time to view the lectures. The test wouldn't be available until this fall semester officially begins. If you are an early enrolled student, you cannot access the test from there. The rest of the study material will be available. All right, students, I see we have no more questions. See you another time in another orientation session, inshallah. Till then, take care. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Over to you, Sister Shahana.
Jazakallah khair, Sister Sana, for taking the time to answer all the queries, mashallah. So as we end the session, we give thanks first to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for blessing us with the opportunity to learn about His deen without having to traverse the earth for knowledge. This is indeed a huge blessing, and we also thank Dr. Bilal Phillips for conceptualizing affordable online Islamic education and bringing it to the Ummah. We express our gratitude to all the shuyukh who teach Islamic knowledge and add Islamic perspective to secular knowledge, making it relevant to the Ummah. Thanks to all of IUU's behind-the-scenes staff and volunteers who keep IUU online and running. And finally, thank you, dear students, for attending and being part of the IUU family. May Allah bless your efforts and increase your reward. Ameen. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك ونتوب إليك جزاكم الله خيرا السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته